Hey everybody, welcome to the committee SpoilerCast for Avengers Infinity War. So boys.
Wait, we were supposed to watch Infinity War first?
Yes!
Oh no!
It's like, Tom, what was the last Marvel movie you watched? Iron Man 1?
So, as always, in case you keep up with everything, I'm Cody.
Nick.
I'm Tom.
I'm Richard.
I was expecting to go to wild card route.
You're going I need you to stop leaning out of frame, Cody.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm back. I'm right here.
Hi, yeah.
So, first impressions are everything. What was
say.
everybody's first impressions with this movie?
Here, keep fucking with that cat.
Okay.
First,
Better than
It
AIU.
had
or
first impression, it had a strong, firm handshake, gave me eye contact, and I was like, you're in charge.
you're in charge.
Yes.
Okay.
I am the
Yes.
captain now.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's better than Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
yeah, and as I called out to you and Vince as you were walking out in front of me, that's because this was a culmination of the start of the culmination of the story instead of the continuation from one phase to the next.
True. Yep.
But it's just overall better. It was just a barely
yeah,
done.
exactly.
Better
yeah.
done movie.
With
Even more
Yes.
talent in it.
Yes,
so
that's
you're
true.
just like, you would think that would give it a lot more hardships, but it actually did.
Oh,
a
yeah.
fairly-
Yeah, it's
did it
Thanos-
justice.
Thanos as a character is more developed and better told than
Most of the
James.
bad
Well,
guys.
but specifically for Age of Ultron, it's James Spader with Ultron. It's
I agree.
it's a better backstory that you have for him. So and I still like James Spader as Ultron.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
But it's the problems with Age of Ultron are outside of James Spader's performance.
Agreed.
So yeah, no, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Richard?
No, yeah. It's very good. It's in
No.
top 5 for sure.
I will.
already.
I will say this. Yeah,
Okay.
it's. I gotta get it in a couple more times before Friday and a little bit through the
Right.
weekend to see how I feel about it
I
again.
like that
But
they, as far as references go, they use all 10 years and like
Yeah.
they put stuff in there that you're like, oh, that's a
Accurate.
callback from way long
Yes, it
ago.
is.
So yeah, that's what I liked about it because
Yeah.
it felt like an actual like what it should be.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
culmination of
Yes.
10 years.
But,
of
Exactly.
yeah, and so
lore.
I think y'all said it best earlier. How when the movie ends and all of us are just quiet
Oh,
and
yeah,
listening
it's
to
the-
the darkness that is the credits.
Yeah, the most telling
You're
thing,
like,
the
"Ooh."
most telling thing about that movie was that the entire theater was silent from the moment that the climax happens to the beginning of the end credits throughout the entirety of the end credits. Not one word, breath was audible from anybody in the theater. It was just all stunned silence and acceptance of like what just happened and letting it wash over them.
You know, it's a good way to get into what happened. We'll just hop right in here and just give you all. Guess what? It's called SpoilerCast for a reason. So
if you haven't watched the movie, why are you watching?
yeah,
this
why are you
video?
even listening unless you're just
we
like, I
appreciate
want to
you.
know beforehand?
Unless you
Watch
like
the
me
movie and then
certain
come back.
things.
Yeah, unless you just want to be spoiled before you get to the movie, and then you go,
My,
okay,
my girlfriend's like that, so.
fair enough.
Okay, so for those that really don't get it, 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
You should.
Black Panther dies in the first 10 minutes.
He does die, but not in the first 10 minutes. So,
exactly.
so we're gonna hop.
You like that countdown?
Yeah.
Learned that shit in the 5th
So,
grade, man.
We're gonna hop right into this movie, to where the first thing I want to bring up
We're just
is
gonna start from the movie and just work our way through, or
well, kind of.
Well,
So at the beginning, when it's just darkness into words arising,
Yeah.
you hear the Mayday, Mayday.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the Asgardian ship calling for Mayday,
Yes.
or is that the attack on Xandar, and then it shows you the attack on the Asgardians?
No.
Because
no,
it sounds
No.
too military to be the Asgardian ship.
because what they're saying is speaking directly to us. Like, we have women and children here. This,
Yeah.
that. We're just civilians. Please don't kill us. They're saying we're just civilians.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is a it's
This isn't a military
this
ship,
isn't a
yeah.
military ship. Please
Yeah.
don't like fuck with us. Please, thank you. It is the Asgardian ship. Absolutely.
Okay.
my
And I was-
question is, did he take half of the Asgardians off of there, and that's why we don't see Valkyrie or Korg or anyone?
That's true. I don't remember where Valkyrie was. She
But
didn't have
I mean, God makes dead. Meek's dead.
He's probably dead. Yeah.
Stepped on
Right,
him.
yeah.
Thanos stepped on him on the bridge.
On the
Just
bridge.
carrying him around.
But no, yeah, because that's always, and that seems to be the main thing he does in
Yes,
this movie
that's it,
every
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Is he splits the civilization in half,
Yeah.
watches the others watch them die.
Right, yeah.
So in this
Which-
instance, he's making Loki and Thor watch as he kills
Yeah.
the rest of them that are on board, which makes me
Which-
agree with Richard that I think he probably took, because to get y'all going, in case you are watching this and you haven't seen the movie yet, they
Bulls.
hop right into the end credits of Thor Ragnarok. But when I say they hop right into it, it's about 15 to 20 minutes in.
It's the post credits to Thor, right?
Because they're already on board. These people are already dead. Thanos is already ravaging. You hear Ebony Maw talking over them like, "Oh, we are the children of Thanos. Blessed be you to see this." And it's like, holy shit.
Great character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Well
was-
done,
he was
villain.
good. He was really good.
I think they did
One
all of the
best
Black
out
Order.
For sure.
My thing is, I think they did all of the Black Order that way, but they made Ebony Maw seem like he was kind of the leader of them instead of Corvus.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, okay, I guess, sure.
He's the most devout
Yeah.
to the cause, to the religion that is Thanos' culling of the universe.
Yeah. And so they do that, and then we see as well there is Phryxia Midnight, Corvus, which I can't think of Corvus's last name and last title right now. I'm losing my shit. My phone's over here. And then we see what was Black Dwarf, but is now called Cole Obsidian. And they're all here. Of course, Supergiant not here. So it's, yeah, man. It's crazy.
I would like to say that my prediction was one off.
Yeah.
I was one person away.
Yeah, if you listen to the last episode when we said, who do you think dies first?
I said Loki would be the first. Loki was the second. It was Heimdall. R.I.P.
Yep,
Yeah.
Heimdall
I
first.
don't remember who I said.
Corvus Glaive. Sorry, I had to get that.
I'll have to rewatch the episode because I don't
Yeah.
remember.
But yeah, it's yeah, I said Vision, and of course Vision was one of the last to die. But it happens.
Actually, I think like before the snap, he was the last to die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Pre-snap. Which, he snaps.
right. Yeah. Whoa.
No.
Spoiler.
Whoa.
Yeah, pre-snap, yeah.
Yeah. Pre-snap,
never
he's
mind,
the
yeah.
last to die.
So but yes, so as we see it, they're basically just making Thor watch as all of this is being done to his people.
Yep.
Loki then tries to Loki Thor or Thanos, like to be like, hey, Thanos stops and Thor goes, "Why are you doing this?" Like the stone was destroyed on Asgard, all that stuff, and he was like, "Are you sure about that?"
Oh,
and then
actually.
Loki pulling out
Loki
stone
movies.
and
and
giving it to him to
I
basically
like that the reveal of that stone is the same as Strange later.
Yeah.
It's almost the exact same hand gesture of when he like materializes it in his hand.
And so it's one of those that you were just kind of like, okay, and then watching him crush the cube and pull the stone, like blow the stuff out and bring the cube, or bring the stone out of the cube, put it onto the gauntlet with the power. Which, at the beginning of this, Xandar is already destroyed. He has already taken the Power Stone. He has the Power Stone. Like, when we say this movie starts, it just starts. Them
Yep.
walking over dead bodies, and he's got the stone on the gauntlet. So, we might get a flashback in part 4 of Xandar. Like, I could see the movie opening with the destruction of Xandar, and him putting it on, and then going 1 down, 5 to go. And then it just showing him in his little hut with all of them.
Little recap.
Yep.
But yeah, and so...
Just him reminiscing.
Because at the end of this one, he stops because he
Raindrops keep
goes...
falling on my head. And just-
Because when he puts the time stone on, he goes 5 down, 1 to go.
Yeah.
And so it would be a good way to bring the movie back of 1 down, 5 to go. And it'd just be like, huh, and then like him wake up to be like, ha 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 ha, and have them all again and stuff like that. But we see them all. Loki tries to Loki him after giving him the stone
Yes, he
to
does.
try to
Hey,
kill him.
After reminding everyone he is the god of mischief, and then
Yeah.
he materializes the knife. So that was a neat. It
It's a good ending.
Yeah,
for his
exactly.
character.
First good callback was the when Thanos has him by the throat after Loki tries to stab him, and he's like, "Yeah, but we have a Thor, or we have a Hulk."
We have a Hulk.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Hulk smacks into Thanos, and it's a cool fight while it lasts, and then
Right.
Thanos just
Beats
Thanos
the
is
crap
the
out
fuck out of Hulk,
proves that
and
he's Thanos.
scares the Hulk.
Yep.
yeah,
It's
that's
not coming back.
scares the Hulk to where the Hulk does not come back for the rest of the movie, contrary to what trailers tell you.
Yeah.
But much like the last 5 Marvel
Wait,
movies.
what do the trailers tell?
Remember
the-
in the trailer,
one of
he's
the
running
recurring
with
themes,
Wakanda.
One of the recurring themes is that it's like
Oh, he was fighting.
it's
What?
like, yeah.
Yeah.
He was in the forest,
yeah,
wasn't
exactly.
he?
He's
Yeah.
in the forest running towards. and
But it
that
was
scene
all.
is
It was.
not in the movie.
It was all in the fucking suit.
Yep.
Liars!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking
They-
liars!
They've been doing that since fucking Civil War, before Civil War, but it was
Yeah.
most prominent in Civil War because
Yeah,
they used like
check out
multiple.
Spider-Man.
They used multiple alternate takes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a Civil War, Spider-Man, the Guardians 2, Black Panther. Yeah, there were multiple
Disney, man.
things.
I like to do that shit now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
man.
it.
Which yeah,
I guess it's better. I guess it's better than.
Thor Ragnarok.
I guess
they
it's
did it
better
several
than the
times.
alternative where everybody else gives their whole plot away in a whole fucking movie.
Yep. No, like
Yeah,
half that
trailer.
movie is not in that trailer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And
And
so
so
go back and rewatch it, I guess.
Yeah.
And so then after that's done and he's put Hulk on the ground, Heimdall sends
Or
Hulk
one last
away.
ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last
Sends him
ride
away,
to
and then
Earth.
Thanos just,
One last ride to
that was a
Midland.
bad idea.
Yep.
Kills Heimdall, and you're like, oh, fuck. And then, of course, right after that, picks Loki up, makes Thor watch as he
Yep.
crushes Loki's skull, and,
crushes
well,
his
trachea,
throat.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's just to make sure you know it's the, well, I guess there's no mischief this time, and throws him onto the ground. Like,
Okay, so because he's not above just like slaughtering an entire civilization. He explicitly says to Tony, "Okay, because of your like brazenness, I'll spare half of Earth."
yeah.
He's not above just slaughtering an entire civilization. So we don't know if half of
Yeah.
Asgard is saved or not.
yeah.
But even if it is, what did he do with them after he completed his goal?
They brought
Yeah.
him to his communist paradise
Yeah, right.
in the ship.
We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
Like I said, it's an easy way for them to just write in characters for 4 if they want to bring
Yeah.
back anyone.
Yeah, true.
So,
but yeah, it's, so
any chord.
after this happens, he tells Thor everything that's going to happen, basically, leaves, blows the rest of the ship up, and then immediately we're shown to Hulk
Crashing
crashing
through
through strangers' houses.
Yeah,
They're
the
getting ready to
Sanctum
walk away,
Sanctorum.
and just yells, Thanos is coming.
Yeah,
Then he's coming.
yeah,
And-
which is comic accurate.
Yep. And so, just that happening, and then, of course, boom, I guess we cut to New York, or more of New York, as...
Yeah, 'cause then the
An
ships
exterior of New
Yeah,
York. Yes.
Tony and Pepper talking about the dreams
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and then Strange coming out and being like, Tony Stark, I need you, and then being like, what? And then Bruce being like, hey man, it's like, oh hey, look at that.
Bruce,
So
you're back! Hooray!
Yeah.
then they talk about it, and then of
And-
course,
And then they're like, hey, yeah, we're not speaking terms with Steve.
Well, let's not explain the whole. Let's
time
not
to
explain
get
the whole
you.
fucking movie point to point.
No, we should.
Yeah.
We should skip ahead.
so skip ahead to just the fight with, it's Ebony Maw and Cole Obsidian come to basically take the Time Stone. As he's supposed to do, is Ebony Maw is sent to get the Time Stone the first time in the books, so he's just sent to get it this time.
Hooray! Comic accuracy.
Yes. And our first interactions with like Tony and Steve really not getting along, of course, and then Bruce doing his best to become Hulk, and then Hulk
Right.
yelling no, and being like, "Oh shit!" And so it's just one of those
You're
things
embarrassing
like.
me.
Yeah, exactly. You're embarrassing me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's never happened
embarrassed
before.
me in front of the
I swear.
Wizards. But yeah, that happens. The fight goes. Everyone gets on the ship, except for Bruce. And then, of course, Peter helps try to fight. Gets put into the iron suit. They go onto the ship.
Yeah, Peter's integration and the introduction of the Iron Suit, introduction of Tony giving him the Iron Suit was really fantastic.
Yeah.
It's as much as I enjoyed Homecoming, I really enjoyed Tom Holland's integration of Peter into this.
I don't wanna go.
Yeah, into this. It was pretty great.
I want to go, man.
Yeah, stop.
But
that was the one that bummed me out, man, because it's
I
the
know.
one that they lingered on the most.
yeah,
And,
it's because they wanted you to know how upset it was
actively,
going to make you.
actively pulled the
But,
heartstrings.
So we see
Piss me off.
the whole fight on the ship.
Right.
They keep cutting back and forth in between there and like with everybody, with the Guardians and everybody.
There's a lot of plot points.
Yeah, it jumps
it kinda,
a lot, but it jumps well.
I was gonna say sometimes there's points where I was getting overwhelmed with like plot points. I was like, and sometimes you're just thinking to yourself, okay, when are we gonna get back to like Thor or like someone? And then it goes to it.
Then it
and you're
happens.
okay.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like the pacing is fine.
Yeah, it's the Vox review was like, it's halfway through, there were so many planets I couldn't even count. I'm like, less than 10. Seriously,
Yeah.
calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's
Right.
I get the point of like jumping.
If
like,
you can
hopping
count
from,
57 genders, you can get Vox. If you can label those,
Stop.
No,
I was
Stop.
gonna say
We're
there
not
wasn't.
doing that.
It wasn't more than a Star Wars movie,
Right.
Like,
It's true,
as far
exactly.
as planets, so
Exactly. No,
But,
it was,
they change planet every 10 minutes on that movie.
But
hey, they have it labeled though. So space.
exactly.
yeah,
That
that was
was
my
my
favorite
favorite
one.
one.
Was just
Yeah.
space. The Guardians, none of the humor was gone, and that's what's great. I know a lot of
They were
people.
more of a group too because it's been 4 years.
4 years.
so-
It's I didn't realize that nowhere was spelled with a K.
No, that's
knew
what I
that.
was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Is in Guardians 1, was it
can't-
spelled
Yes.
nowhere?
No, it's spelled KNO.
Oh, it's-
Okay.
Yeah,
And,
Okay.
yeah, that's
I couldn't
just one of
remember.
those that like I just like.
I
pay
wanted to know
attention
because that was one of my things. I was like,
You wanted to
all
know?
right.
Yeah, no, that's why when I remember watching that movie, I was like, oh, I see what you did there. I see what
But
you
yeah,
did.
so we cut to the Guardians. They find Thor because they go to the distress call because they're like, why? Oh, there might be people to help. Oh, we might
We
get
might be able to
paid.
steal their
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Like,
Them having like a
you know-
freaking music montage was great. Cause
Yeah.
it's
That
like,
was pretty
man,
good.
this is like a legit group
Yeah,
now.
and the fact that Gamora knows all the words to the rubber band,
Rubber band.
the rubber band man. So that was pretty great. Teenage Iron Groot just still being like,
Hey,
it's like, dude, language, seriously.
But yeah, the whole time they laid off nothing, just like the scene that happens later with Drax when he's eating the fucking like nuts,
yeah.
and they're like, "How long have you been there? An hour." What are you like? How? Well, I've been standing completely still, so I'm invisible. No, you're not.
My movement
I'm
is so slow.
sure that I am. And then just Mantis walking in. Hi, Drax. Then, damn it. And like, it's like none of it
It's
was
great.
gone. And
No, it's a continuation of the whole
It's
thing of like,
good.
no, you're disgusting.
but to me, didn't like that movie. It felt like it was out of. It was like two comedy styles clashing because the other comedy takes that happened in the other movies don't have the same zazz as like James Gunn's humor. So it was like a clashing of like humor timing and stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah,
So
but-
to me,
but-
as
but-
someone that loves Guardians 1 and 2 are my top 3. Like it was like watching it going, that's just I don't know. It didn't hit as well as
Yeah,
like
but James Gunn wrote all the Guardians.
I know he
stuff,
did,
so-
but like I
Yeah.
said, because there are so many switched to other parts and stuff. Like it felt like it didn't fit any of the other like.
And I think that
the
was the
feeling
point,
of the
though.
rest of the movie, more
Yeah.
or less. And I guess I get
Yeah.
that, but to me, it's like a movie sometimes has
did
to have
feel
a
like
cohesive
after,
feel to it at times.
because it
I
makes
liked-
it makes when all of them but Rocket die more impactful because
That's true.
then you're like, oh. Yeah, even though they're all lighthearted, guess what? They're all still
I feel
dead.
like
It's-
after I'll let you.
Right. No, no, no.
Yeah, no.
Okay, it's the newfound humor that Chris Hemsworth has with
Yeah,
using
with
Thor.
Ragnarok, yeah.
Exactly from
Yeah.
Ragnarok,
It
like
fits.
bleeding in with
Yeah.
the
That's what I was gonna say.
ridiculousness of fucking Guardians is it melded correctly.
Just like Thor is just a hunk.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, it's
just all
so good.
touching his muscles and
Yeah.
just Star-Lord just going,
Yeah,
can you,
that-
can you stop
Can you stop doing that?
that,
Yeah.
that is a man.
Yeah. You're a
Yeah.
boy.
You were a boy.
You're a boy. That is
But
a man.
but
You're a
and that-
dude. No,
that-
you are a dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
you're
yeah,
a dude.
He is a man.
That is a
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
But the best part is that coming out of Dave Bautista's mouth
Yeah, exactly.
as the character that got to say it and just being like,
Right.
that's a man. It's like, because that makes it even more like Drax being like, oh, sweet God.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why am I not like this?
Oh sweet God!
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And I
But
like
it's-
that with that as well, the whole, like,
and
when
Pratt
he's like,
dropping his voice to mimic
Yeah.
Hemsworth.
This is
But,
how I
uh,
always talk.
I'm not
Oh, it's
just for I am Groot or I am Groot, and then be like, ah, yes, that's exactly what we should
Yeah.
do. Whoa, you speak Groot? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
an
it was an
elective on
elective,
Asgard, and
yeah.
it's like, holy shit! Like,
Which is extra fucked up when you realize the comic origin of why he only says "I'm Groot." It's a genetic plague. that succumbed to his thing. So like it restricted their vocal cords. So the only things that they could form was very simple sentences, and eventually the only sentence they could form were the words "I am Groot." That's
after the first appearance, because the first appearance of Groot, he's terrorizing the city, saying what he wants.
Yeah,
because
he's a Hulk villain.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it's like, look at that.
Yeah, no, Groot was a Hulk villain.
Yeah, bro.
Accurate.
Comics are weird.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
why I just stick to the movie.
But it was a different Groot. It's not the Groot you know.
That's true.
Oh yeah, the Groot that's in this movie isn't the Groot from Guardians 1.
It's not.
No, it isn't. The Groot from Guardians 2 is not the Groot from Guardians 1.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things that you're like, with all that, and then of course we get our look at Titan, of how Titan looks now. And we get to see how Titan looked then, and that blew my damn mind, because I was like, they won't do that. And then of course when it was like people walking around, I was like, oh fuck, yeah.
It's using the reality gem to be able to like show to be able to either show somebody what it's like, this is like what the Utopia used to look like. Also, it's just to cover up the fact that I destroyed nowhere, and it's a fucking
Collector's dead.
Yeah, the collector's dead. Like, this is a fucking pile of ash. Go fuck yourselves. Hiding that fact.
Just
from the
when the
Guardians.
collector was just like clapping and like, well, that was great
then
acting.
disappeared.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh fuck.
No, Benicio del Toro, why?
Yeah, but what happened to Howard the Duck?
No, dude, he's already off planet. Didn't you see Guardians 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He's
right, he was.
he's
That's
off
right,
planet
that's
at the
right.
brothel.
That's right.
I'm worried about Cosmo.
He
The
did.
dog.
Yeah, Cosmo the
Well, I
dog.
thought the dog was with Howard.
yeah. Cosmo was with Howard the Duck in the bar.
He was?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, good. Yay, great.
Yeah, Doggo's fine.
Yeah, because I don't think Howard the Duck was originally in a cell. I
Yes,
think
he
was. Oh, was he?
He was.
When you
Okay.
watch Guardians 1, there's up in like one of the right hand corners, you see the outline of Howard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, when he's sitting there going, that's disgusting. He's
Oh, yeah.
sitting in one of the
because
cells.
Yeah, but I thought he was
When
just
the-
there hanging out
when
with him.
When the lady blows up, that's when he gets out of his cage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
God, Cody, no shit.
But you ain't a nerd?
Yeah.
Swore you were.
Anyway,
But,
Thanos kidnaps Gamora.
Yes,
Spoiler
basically.
And then the
Spoiler.
greatest return of all time.
That was pretty
Yes.
good.
Did anybody catch that? Did y'all know who it was before the reveal?
No.
No one caught his voice or anything.
I wasn't paying
It
attention.
didn't.
No.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, it didn't sound like Hugo Weaving.
Well, it did.
It was a person doing a fantastic
Hugo Weaving
impression.
impression. Just so you're all aware, Red Skull is back.
Yes.
Which he's technically Cosmic Skull, but it's one of those things that
Wait,
is-
Wait, so that wasn't Hugo Weaving?
No.
No.
No, dude.
He's not contracted anymore.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
No.
I thought that was Hugo Weaving.
No. That's
Fuck.
I guess
Unless
that's-
it is, and we're all just crazy,
Yeah.
and we didn't see his name.
Because
But
like the voice sounded off to me, and also because I was just like, oh, Hugo Weaving's not playing this. So.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of sounded like him when you finally see his face.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Exactly. But but before the reveal, because you just see
Before
the
the-
specter.
the problem
I
is,
was
if I
gonna
check
say-
IMDb right now, it's not going to be there.
No, it's not, 'cause
because
I did that
it's
last
still
night,
2
yeah.
days before
Because
the movie.
I did that last night. Spoiler alert.
Friggin' when I was like, oh, this is Dementor looking fucker.
Yeah, right. No. When it personified, I was like, wait, are they doing death?
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
what I
That's what I
originally
thought
thought.
first.
Because
Yeah.
until he
Is-
spoke, I
is-
was like,
And
death.
now Death's a guy.
Well, and then when
Ooh,
he talked, I was
interesting.
like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Like, and then when it comes forward, and he was like, because you were looking for what I was looking for, and you're like, wait, and then you see the face, and it's
Yeah.
just like,
He had like a
Oh,
very Doctor
shit.
Doom hood. So
Yeah.
it was like Doctor Doom.
but it was one of those
Victor?
things
Yeah,
like
Victor?
one of those things that now if he comes back, I wouldn't want him back unless it's Chris Evans going to be fighting against him one more time, because I don't want it to be Bucky or Sam fighting against him.
Chris Evans. Marvel has already wasted or used all the other Nazi villains against Chris Evans, so they might as well say
Oh, no,
this
he's
one.
gonna come back and they're gonna do that Nick Spencer storyline.
Jesus Christ.
Nick Spencer's
Um,
storyline would work though.
It's a trash storyline, and Nick Spencer is a
Oh, when
trash
he's
writer.
Hydra the
See-
whole time.
Secret Empire is a good storyline.
First of all, Nick Spencer's fantastic.
Yes.
Just because you
Lies.
don't like a particular character arc that he took.
Lies!
in the end. No.
Hell
Superior Foes of Spider-Man. Get
Hydra.
the fuck out of my apartment.
Lies.
Hail
Superior
Hydra.
Foes of Spider-Man. It's what is it? Astonishing Ant-Man?
Huh?
What Astonishing Ant-Man? What was the Ant-Man?
That he did?
Yeah.
Astonishing Ant-Man.
Yeah, that was Astonishing Ant-Man. Yeah. Fantastic book.
Lies.
Yes.
You have the pot?
Wrong.
You
Wrong.
have the bar tool?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Wrong.
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 Yeah.
Wrong. Wrong.
But no, yeah, Secret Empire's rad to me. I thought that was dope. So that's me though.
By the way, Dragon and Yum sponsor us, please.
Yo, Dogfish Head. I'm telling you, man. Give us this beer. 120-minute IPA, yum yums,
That rosé looking
sequence, whatever we need.
So right.
I'll take it.
Anyway, yeah, it's
Cool
Red Skull's interaction with Thanos, and then just Gamora getting all haughty and taughty about like, yeah, no, you're not gonna get the Soul Stone, motherfucker. Ha!
Yeah, and then it
You
not
gotta
hitting
die.
her of why
Yeah,
he
exactly.
brought her there.
And the moment it was like, you must sacrifice something you love. I'm like, oh, goodbye, Gamora.
Yeah.
I cried.
Bye, girl.
I got
Yeah,
a tear. I got
yeah.
a small tear.
But it's but with Thanos crying, and she's like, oh, what, you're crying now, you little fucking baby?
Yeah.
And Red Skull's like, yeah, those tears aren't for him.
Yeah, and it's like
It's
when
like,
it,
shit.
yeah, it's like the tears are not for him, and
Yeah.
it's like her like finally realizing it, like no matter what's happened to him or her in the world, he loves her,
Yeah.
and that's why he
It's-
saved her.
And then she
It's-
tries to kill herself.
Yeah,
And then, like, turns
all
into
of
bubbles.
yeah,
and I was like,
No,
again,
all
yeah.
of that made me happy.
Yeah,
So, because
that was
that's
fantastic.
shit that happens in the Cosmic Universe comics so often is just stupid shit like that. To where it's like, oh, it's changed. What is it? Oh, it's like a string. Or it's this. And it's like him, like when he cuts Peter, and it like he just like not Peter, but cuts Drax, and he just goes and like
The Reality Stone powers were pretty funny, like
it was
making
pretty
Manus
great.
like stringy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
And then when Peter went to
Drax,
shoot-
when Drax turned into the cubes, I was like, "Oh, Drax is dead."
Yeah, no, I did too. I was like, did we
It's like
just kill
shit.
Drax that
Yeah,
way?
Also, there's a part later on when like he hits the three of them with the Power Stone. I was like, "Oh, they just
Yeah,
died."
yeah, exactly.
And
yeah,
then they
same.
get back up later,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
same.
"Oh, okay."
But then he they survived that so that he can use it later in the final battle. And like you realize like, oh no, that's not a killing blow.
Yeah, it's just
because
like
they're not holding the Power Stone.
Yeah.
He's just using it as an attack.
Yeah.
He's not using it.
It's
to
almost like a
destroy.
deflect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the same kinetic power stuff essentially that Black Panther has.
Which
Yeah.
is why they're both purple.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
Purple drink.
But yeah, and then of course we get the flashbacks of him like when Gamora's people are being murdered, Ebony Maw's giving them basically like their last rites.
Exactly.
And Corvus then issues the men to kill
Yeah.
them. And then as it's happening, like when she
Yeah,
goes to turn her head
Thanos
and he
protecting-
turns her
Thanos
head back around to
protecting
keep
her.
showing her the knife to be
Yeah.
like, no, young one, look
Yeah,
look at this. Look
Yeah.
how wonderful
Focus
it
on
is.
balancing the knife.
Like, look
and
how
notice
perfect it is. It's like just like him being like, this child does not need
Yeah.
to see this, and it's like,
no,
that's
it's
dope.
it's not that. It's that he sees a defiance and a power in her, and so he wants to use that and
Manipulate it, yeah.
manipulate it
To
and
his own
cultivate
means,
it.
yeah.
But it's also the fact of like, no, I want you to associate like the event that's happening, but I don't want you to watch it because that'll give you a negative connotation for it.
Yeah.
It's focus on the balance of the knife, and it's associate the balance of the knife with the
balance,
action that's what's
Yeah.
going on behind it.
Yeah.
That's why he turns her head so that she doesn't focus on the killing, but she focuses on the balance of the knife. And so trying to manipulate her into his philosophy.
okay.
Of communism.
Communism.
Of communism.
But no, if it just
Take half.
being
Yeah.
Takes half.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
I get everybody there. Everybody works and gets their stuff, and
It's
I'm
it's
just
like
I'm a dictator.
Instead of, yeah, exactly. Instead of taking all consumables and giving half to the have-nots,
he
just
takes
kill the
half of the
have-nots.
people and
Just
lets them have
kill
all
the
of it.
have-nots.
Right.
and
Don't have to
then
worry about
make it
the-
happen.
it's
Yeah,
justified, yeah. Like,
Exactly.
hey, he does what took like 20 years of the Soviet Union to do, you know. Like,
20? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Selling that shit short. Man.
But yeah, all the like the flashbacks happening with stuff like that, like him seeing like in his dreams, him always seeing Gamora as
Right.
a child,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Well, it goes to prove that this is a Thanos movie.
yes,
Which
thus
which
why
is-
at the end of the movie
at
we
the end
get
of the movie it says
Thanos will return,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah,
fuck.
I was that one.
this is very much a
particularly- yeah.
Thanos movie with
Yeah.
Avengers in it.
Yeah, it happens to be the fact that he is going against the Avengers. That's why they're in it. But it is a Thanos movie. It is proof that even the villain is the hero of his own
Yeah.
narrative.
And so then we get to
more deep shit,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know. That,
Everything's true from
that
a
deep
certain
shit
point of view.
I guess we're
that
in
deep shit of philosophy. Yeah.
where are we in with Wanda and Vision? Are they in Paris?
Well, they were. That was
No,
that was
no,
earlier.
it said Scotland.
It was Scotland.
Okay.
Yeah,
It said Scotland.
because they're going to go
So-
to Glasgow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's Scotland.
I had come back from the bathroom at that point. And so,
No, correct.
and so, seeing that, it was, then we get, of course,
Introduction.
Prexia, and who else went down with her? Was it Corvus?
Scroll.
Okay.
Yes.
Scroll,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
potential scroll.
Scroll Corvus.
And then Cap shows up with
That was definitely a scroll. There's no way he wasn't
Was
a
it
scroll.
Falcon?
Well, no, that's the
I'm
thing.
aware,
Hold on.
I'm aware,
Let's
but
see if
it's not
Corvus
like
is a
confirmed.
scroll.
But he has a lanky body. He
No,
has
agree.
Just the
No, it's
faces.
the goblin
Yeah.
face.
No,
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
Goblin.
an alien.
Yeah, just listed as
He's not,
alien.
Bullshit.
He's not a scroll.
lies. Wrong.
Lies. Deception.
Fake news.
But,
That's not to say they can't retcon him to be a scroll.
yeah, that's very true. But,
That's why I wouldn't commit him to being a scroll or the leader of the scrolls in
My people.
in Captain Marvel.
In Captain Marvel. Also because I don't think that actor's been confirmed for Captain Marvel.
Ben Mendelsohn as Super Scroll.
He is.
Actually, no, yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's who he is.
Pretty sure he is.
Really?
Yeah.
No, yeah. That's the casting.
Your plans, it didn't work, my friend.
Yeah, it's Jude Law's going to be Marvel.
Wait, who's Ben Mendelsohn? Am I crazy?
Freaking
Director Krennic.
Krennic,
From
old
Rogue
dude,
One.
yeah.
Oh!
yeah,
Damn, Scroll?
Yeah.
Some Scroll, really?
Yeah.
Dude, no, totally.
yeah,
He's in the movie. We're all assuming he's a super scroll.
yeah.
Okay.
Why
You know-
not?
Yeah, no, sure.
And then Ronan.
Once I saw Jude
Yeah,
Law as
yeah,
Marvel,
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
dope.
teaser.
And then, of course,
It's
Lee Pace coming back
Pace
as Ronan. and-
Marvel, here as a Marvel.
Look,
Which my favorite thing was someone last night, which just goes off of what we're talking about, but there was somebody last night that watched the movie with us that was just like, yeah, fucking Lee Pace is going to be in the movie. Like, it doesn't make any damn sense. I was like, yeah, it does, since it happens 20 fucking years almost before, or almost 20, like 15 years at least,
Right.
before the first time
Yeah.
we see
Well,
Ronan
the-
in this storyline.
the
And
other-
guess who helps
yeah.
fucking lead in the Kree Skrull War? Oh, yeah, probably the fucking journal that would go, let's wipe them all the fuck out.
It's also the old dude that was the Kree bureaucrat that Glenn Close kept talking to.
Yeah.
In the first week, he's also reprising his role
Yeah.
for Captain Marvel.
And of course, dude that's at the beginning that's like, who?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah.
Because
Star Wars,
he's
yeah.
Kree.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Is he?
So good.
Huh. Yeah, he is.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
great. It's
he
gonna be,
plays like a
Yeah,
Kree warrior.
is he? We're gonna get this is pre eye
'Cause-
loss of
yeah, because it's when he loses his
Nick
eye.
Fury. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first time he's ever met a superhero. So he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Yeah, because then we have Coulson's going to be there. Hill
Yep,
will be
yep,
there.
Yep.
Everybody.
Anyway, back to the stuff.
Yes.
Back to story plot.
Captain Marvel coming next year.
Yes.
Guardian,
But then we see...
the Guardians split up. The Guardians have split up now.
Technically, this ties into the movie. 'cause
Yeah, I
it's-
know.
Yeah, they did the thing that they're not supposed to do. They split the party.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And they each go their own way.
Yeah.
But we go to Earth with Wanda and Vision like we were talking about. Vision tries to basically... They try to run away instead of staying in bed. Then, of course, Corvus and Phryxia find them. And...
For a romance thing going on in a Marvel movie, it was pretty good. Like for the short time that
Yeah.
it was.
And
Yeah,
it showed us a little bit of it starting in Civil War, and then it
Yeah.
showed it just
Yeah,
kind of
I mean, I
blossom
think
weird.
it's unfleshed one. Unlike Peter and Gamora's, like it's a
Yeah.
pretty underfleshed
The thing
romance.
with Peter and Gamora is like you don't see 4 years of that relationship. So
Right, but there's still more chemistry
Yeah.
between those two than there is between
yeah.
between
Vision.
Vision and
Well, one's
Wanda.
a robot, so
But one's a robot and one that has
one-
been captured by like
and one's
faux
Paul
Nazis. Yeah, exactly. Also about Paul Bettany. Fuck you, Paul Bettany's a beautiful actor.
Paul Bettany is a beautiful man.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've
yes,
been watching
he's a beautiful
Unabomber,
man,
guys,
he's a
so,
beautiful actor, man.
it's pretty fucking
Yeah,
killer.
he's
He's doing a good
fantastic.
job.
Wait, there's a show called Unabomber?
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
We'll get into it
Infinity
later.
War.
Alright.
Infinity War.
But,
this is the bad guy in Solo.
Spoiler alert.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But
But no, it's like the fact that like Wanda was like captured and like manipulated like genetically and mentally by the Mind Stone, by like faux like anti-Nazi like faux
Right,
almost
right.
Nazis
Hydra.
that exactly Hydra. So it's
Nazis, yeah.
Nazis.
But either way, we see Chorus come with Phryxia Midnight. They come in to basically just take the stone. They're going to kill Vision, take the stone. It's interrupted by Nomad out of the shadows. And then the next thing we see is, of course, Falcon and Black Widow as well.
Yeah.
Basically coming in. They save the day. Vision thanks him. They leave. then we know that
He's kind of wounded.
Nat's been checking in with Scarlet Witch the whole time. And
I did like how they were like, how are we going to get...
yeah,
like,
did you not see that? When they got on the plane, Nat goes, the deal was you check in every hour.
She was talking to Nat because Nat wasn't a part of the Avengers after that.
Yeah.
No, well, I'm just saying, like, for Vision...
No, that was the whole thing. Vision's on one side, Scarlet Witch is on the other.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch was one of the people that deserted the Avengers. So Scarlet Witch has been with Natalie and everybody else.
Yeah, I know that was, but it's the only reason I say that is with Natalie saying it, like Nat saying it to Scarlet Witch. Then like the look on Vision's face when he looks at her of, like, why did you let him know we were out? Like,
no, that's not it at all. No, they explicitly state we both had to sneak away from our respective teams in order to have this balance.
But
it's both. That's like the conversation in the hotel room. It's like, no, we need to get back to our respective teams because neither of them know where we are and who we're with.
And then
so
once again came back from the bathroom.
Took care of Ant-Man and Hawkeye real quick. With
they did. Yeah,
they're on house arrest.
Yeah, they're on house arrest. They decided that it was better for their families.
Yeah.
Which explains the trailer in Ant-Man of like, wait a minute, why is he?
Yeah, with the
ankle monitor.
But then, of course, we get to the point. Corvus is at this point dead. You know, the guy that's the strongest of the Black Order, first one to bite the dust of the Black Order. Well, no, I think Ebony Maw technically does first. When's he come back?
Ebony Maw.
Didn't he come back in the final battle?
No.
He didn't?
Because she stops and goes, "Where's your friend?" And Phyrexia at Midnight looks at him and goes, "You'll regret what you did to him."
Okay.
But the problem is, if we're going off of how he's supposed to be, his staff was not destroyed. They grabbed the staff, remember, because it went up with him?
Yeah.
Which means he's still alive.
Right.
He can't be killed as long as that staff is intact.
Right. He can be punished and not be killed. And Ebony Maw's whole thing is like, no, it's like his punishment will be reaped unto you. He can be punished without being killed. Look at Nebula.
It's true, yeah. Okay, I didn't think about that. But yeah, so we get to that.
I thought Ebony Maw was the one that got sucked out of the...
He is.
Yeah.
No, they get sucked up because she takes them home.
He's talking about...
they get beamed back to the ship.
No, hold on. Okay, the female, like, with the horns.
Yes.
Right, that's Ebony Maw.
No, it's
Phyrexia Midnight.
Yeah.
Okay, right. She's the one that gets...
I said she gets beamed up,
right,
and then the thing comes back.
But you've been calling her Ebony Maw.
No, I've been talking about Ebony Maw as well at the same time.
Yeah, he was talking about Ebony Maw saying that about the punishment.
See, this is the problem with the Black Order in this, is that they're not properly introduced.
They're not, no.
They're not, and they're not named.
True.
No.
You only get tidbits of
Yeah,
them.
Exactly. They're not named. They're not properly introduced. That's
Squidward.
Yeah, we do.
That's
Squidward.
That's the
I'm Ebony Maw.
That's the issue with the villains in this
Tony
case.
Stark calling him fucking Squidward is funny as shit.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, him back. All right, Squidward. It's like fuck. But then we get Thor is back on what's the planet with this? What's the dwarf planet?
Oh, I can't remember the name.
But
something with an N.
Voltaire?
Peter Dinklage was ever
Something
done.
Nidodar.
This is not Voltaire.
Is it?
Was it Voltaire?
Voltaire.
Whatever. We get to the planet where God's weapons are made.
I thought Voltaire was where the Soul Stone was.
Where giant midgets. Where giant midgets roam.
Yeah, where giant dwarfs roam, and then we see Peter Dinklage, which everybody thought he was going to be Ebony Maw. Guess what? Spoiler. If you're watching this, or if you're listening to it anyway, guess what? He's not. He's fucking. I don't remember his character's name.
Stone Hands.
But he's forced to make the gauntlet, and then
he's a dwarf.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah. Dwarf story.
Okay.
And then he kills all of them. He kills all of them. The guy that's over here making ginger jokes then gets mad. Get it? He's a dwarf. Move on.
No. I'm sorry. I totally didn't hear anything you said. I was thinking. I'm trying to keep the thought in my head that I have for this section.
I was like, motherfucker, this guy.
All right,
but then we get there. Thor comes to help. He's mad because Asgard promised to protect them. Thor has to inform him, guess what? I am Asgard. Everybody else is dead. And he does say that. So half of them are not alive.
There you go.
They're dead. Because he goes, I'm the only one left of Asgard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So never mind. There's that.
Wiped clean.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so for now,
but
for now,
but again, depending on how they use Time Stone in the second movie,
depending on
could
how
all be reversed.
Well, depending on how they use the time stone, because the only pictures we've seen from the set are Cap in New York in his old costume.
Sure.
So say that takes place during Avengers 1, that means Phase 2 and 3
Never happened.
never happened until they jump to the future a little bit. So everyone's minds will be weird. Peter won't remember being a part of the team, but he'll
All right,
be
that's all
there.
speculation. Let's
Yeah.
go back to this.
But, okay,
Peter will be too young. He'll be like 12.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
or 10.
Again,
go with it. What were you
let's-
going to say
let's go back
about
to the
this
fucking-
part?
Anyway, during that whole thing, so like Thor has to get his fucking hammer like forged, so they have to like start up the what is it the star,
Yeah.
essentially to heat up to get enough molten to pour in there and make the parts of the hammer. And Peter Dinklage goes, "Hold the door," and I immediately went, hold on. Did you not catch that? Did you not catch that?
I heard it.
I heard it.
I
I
heard
said,
it.
I said, maybe I was the one that laughed because I was like, he said, "Hold the door." Oh no. Yeah, he goes, hold the door, like runs.
That's 3 seasons ago. No one cares.
Spoilers for Game of
I was
Thrones.
like,
Holy
what?
It's still real to me, damn it.
Oh my god! I was like, they just dropped the fucking game.
No,
Okay.
For the It's Still Real to Me, damn it, I have something to tell you in a minute. Holy fuck, it's great. So,
This Infinity War's the great, most ambitious crossover of all
Yeah.
time.
Hold the
It's
beer.
like, actually...
so we
I
get,
wonder if anybody else would catch that. I haven't seen it yet, but that was like I said, it was like, oh, Peter
So-
Dinklage saying that as a fucking giant.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
as a midget giant. I was like, oh my god!
but we get that, and then of course,
Peaks.
in case you didn't already know, Gamora is dead.
Well,
She
by
is
this point,
sacrificed to get the Soul Stone. So at this point, Thanos goes back to Titan at the same time that all this is happening. And as he gets back to Titan, lo and behold, he sees the ship is destroyed and the Ebony Maw is most likely dead. And so then in his own way, he's just like, well, fuck. Okay.
God
Yeah.
I gave you one job.
But he even says, when he sees Strange, and Strange goes, he failed, he goes, technically no. His job was to bring the stone to me.
And he's done that.
He's
Yeah.
done that.
Mm.
And I respect him for that. And so you're
and
like,
technically he
fuck.
didn't. Tony did.
it's true.
Well,
So-
they had no way to turn it around, so.
Yeah.
They
They don't know how to
could have
fly.
tried. They could
They
have.
could
No, they don't know how to fly, and then it's like, take the wheel. We need to steer this. It's like, I thought you didn't know how to fly, bro. Thought you didn't know how to
I
fly.
was gonna say they're two
What
geniuses.
Well, they would
should've
have watched.
There's 3
Well,
geniuses.
they watched
Come on,
Ebony
man.
Maw like
Yeah.
steer the ship a little.
Yeah.
But
You know,
so we get
fucking
this.
know.
Of course, at this point already, we've gotten probably one of the best lines in the movie of how's that going to work? Yeah, it might not, but the kid has seen more movies than you, so it doesn't matter. And then, of course, they alien the fuck out of Ebony Maw and kill him.
Yeah, they do.
And so they have the ship, crash land the ship on the Titan.
And, well, no. Then Peter tries to do another thing. He's like, I don't want to hear another pop culture reference.
wanna hear
from you for the
another
rest of
pop
the
culture
time." It's like, holy shit.
My favorite interaction with Peter Quill and Parker.
But, yeah,
is
just
fucking.
is Footloose still the greatest movie of all time?
Never
It
was.
never
Never
was.
was.
You son of a.
I was
Just
like,
like,
oh no.
it
Peter
never
Quill,
was.
why? It's. No, I'm not even gonna defend Footloose. I mean, it's up there. Original
It's
Footloose
up
is
there.
up there.
But
It's not GOAT, but it's pretty good.
but yeah, so
it's thoroughly entertaining.
we get back to Titan. The fight starts to ensue with Thanos versus the Guardians.
half the Guardian.
Half the Guardians.
Yeah.
Tony, Peter, Strange, and Iron Man. Oh, I said Tony. Sorry. And so we're doing
The
this.
suit is nanomachine, so Friday
Yeah.
could be separate from
Yeah.
if we're gonna go that route.
But as well, then at the same time, of course, everything is happening with Rocket, Groot, Thor are building Stormbreaker, in which we're then told Stormbreaker will be able to make Thor whole again, all that stuff, because he opens the fucking light of a star onto himself to make it.
The axe pulled him off.
Yeah.
Hey man, and then of course it was hilarious because we were talking because as all that is happening, the fight on Wakanda is already happening, and we start to see the fight on Wakanda kind of go south for the heroes, and I was like, oh man, this sucks. And then when he uses Stormbreaker, I looked at Richard and I go, oh
Bifrost.
yeah, he
He
said
keeps
that it
saying
can open the
Bifrost,
Bifrost, and I was like, cool, and then immediately,
Also,
when
someone-
they're all gone.
I'm kind of hoping for Beta Ray
I
Bill
saw
to show
a,
up personally.
I saw a
Right,
comment online that makes sense that he can open the Bifrost now because when he gets the fake eye, it's the same color as Heimdall's.
It's white or yellow.
Yeah, it's got the yellow iris.
So it's like it's kind of like a hey, you're the new Hondo.
Dope.
Well, he's got to be.
Also,
Instead.
spoiler, he gets a new eye
Yeah.
that Rocket gives to him that he carried out of wherever in his ass,
And
but we don't get to
The
know
eye that
all
he
the way.
stole in Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Yeah.
But it was
Actually no, it's a different eye.
It is.
Yeah, it's a different eye because he talks about the backstory differently.
Yeah, because the eye in the first one
It's
is
like on the
it's
outside,
it's
yeah.
well it's
Oh, that's
connected to
true.
a framework
Yeah.
like
That's
nebulas.
true.
So it's like he takes the whole
different
thing.
eye.
So,
So
It's-
Rocket has a thing for stealing eyes.
yeah
no, he has a thing for
For stealing,
stealing
yeah,
just
body
Oh,
parts in general.
I do know. I do like.
the Bucky thing of like
That-
the
that-
arm will
right,
be
no,
How
that-
much
that's
for
a
the
joke.
gun?
No, but that was a joke, right?
Yeah.
Like that was a joke on the internet that everybody was making fun
Exactly.
of, and they added it to the movie,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
made it
Just Rocket
fucking
looking
hilarious.
at Bucky
How much for the
because
gun?
no, the best part about it is when Bucky sees how many are coming at him, and he picks him up, and Rocket doesn't blink.
Yeah.
He just keeps shooting. So then it's Bucky holding them
Yeah.
both like
Yeah,
this,
that's pretty great.
as they're
so
shooting,
good.
and then afterwards it's
That's what I love
just
about the Russos.
how much
man.
for the gun?
Yeah.
It's not for
Not
sale.
for sale.
How much for the arm? Oh, I'm gonna get that arm. It's just like
Oh, I'm gonna
Holy
get
I'll
shit.
give the Russos. They know how to fucking make action scenes
Accurate.
work.
agreed.
Yeah.
Where you can like follow it and not be like, wow,
Agreed.
what's going on? Yeah.
But of course, the fight on
Yeah.
the
Who's
fight
that?
on Wakanda was, of course, Cole Obsidian was there, which in the books it's Black Dwarf is there leading the rampage, so that is comic accurate. So rad. As much like when you're mixing so many different stories of the stones together for this movie,
Accurate.
and you give me so many comic accurate points, it's dope. Like
Yeah.
Cole Obsidian basically destroying, or not Cole Obsidian, Ebony Maw destroying Strange and like breaking him apart piece by piece. It's like that's comic accurate as fuck. Cole Obsidian leading the rampage, partly leading the rampage in Wakanda, accurate.
Yep.
And then of course, like you said, Hulk landing, accurate.
Yeah.
It's like all these different things of everything happening. You're like, dope. Like hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you would have gave me Cole Obsidian with a couple of the aliens, and he would have made the aliens kill themselves, I would have been like, holy fuck, yeah, dope. Who cares? This is
Well,
rad.
no, technically they did by attacking the shield, forcing through the shield, and then the shield closing behind them. They were killing them.
Yeah, so they didn't care.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Corvus going, or I said Cole Obsidian. It's not Corvus to redact. It's Corvus that makes them kill themselves. But like in the book, when he's talking to Black Bolt and Medusa threatens them, and he goes, "You think we're scared of you? Everybody, now!" And the soldiers take their knives out, slit their own throats in front of Medusa, and then fall to the ground. And Corvus goes, "You have 24 hours to answer my demands," and walks away. It's like, whoa, yeah, Thanos doesn't give a shit, and neither do his boys. Like, what the fuck? And so it's just like with this, it's like they don't like they're never scared the whole
Yeah.
time. Like none of them ever fear any of them, and I think that's what's great.
Yeah.
Like even before the last two die, they're still like fighting to the end, and they all get killed in the most obscure ways.
Right.
To where you're just like, except for
Giant spinny.
Corvus, because we think Corvus might still be alive, but the rest of them, it's like they die in like ways that you're like, oh yeah, I didn't really see that coming for that to be
Yeah.
the way they die, which is the best way to kill them, I guess, if you're going to.
Just threw her up into like a.
Yeah, just
oh,
the
Yeah.
and then it fucking. I think the only thing that pisses me off, it was only like blood here, here, and here, when it should have just
if
been
you look,
blue.
There was blood on her con.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was blood on
But
her
if there would have been
fucking
blue
costume.
like on her face and her just been like,
That was gross.
like,
Yeah.
That was
I would have been
That
like
was gross.
even more hilarious. But it was just like blood, blood, blood. I was like, oh come on.
PG-13.
But yeah, PG-13. but the Wakanda scene, and then of course Thanos destroys everybody on fucking Titan, goes to Earth after they fail to
He defeats everyone on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He defeats everyone.
defeats everybody on Titan,
Which
He doesn't.
we
He
haven't
doesn't
mentioned
destroy them yet.
Strange, there's
giving
only
him
one.
the time stone. Yeah,
Oh
time,
no,
there's
no!
only one
Strange with the time
outcome.
stone going through the multiple.
What was it?
futures.
14,500,000 something different outcomes, and only one would win.
14,573,000,001.
And it's probably the
Yeah.
one that we see.
And how many
no,
do we win?
No, it is the
One.
one that we see
Yeah.
because his last words are before he fades away are, "This Tony, this was the only way."
Yeah, because Tony the whole time keeps telling him, "Do not give it to him. Do not
Yeah.
give it to him."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
We don't know, because we don't get to see what he saw.
Right.
We don't know that the only way that we can't win,
Yeah.
Avengers, is he has to have the full
Right,
gauntlet.
yeah.
Because
To
then
defeat
he'll go
to
power
defeat
hungry,
Thanos, he has to win
and they'll be able to
first.
destroy him.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
defeat
So-
Thanos, he has to win first.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that, I think that's what makes it brilliant, is he gets to win,
Mhm.
he thinks he's won.
Yeah.
And then
So
they kill
when
him.
they come after him, he won't be expecting that. And so it's one of those things like, oh shit, okay.
Because I want him straight up be like, y'all are still trying to come after me? What the?
It's like, because at that point it's like, there's 8 of you now. There were 64 before. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, there were, wasn't there? Shit. But no, so this all happens there. Of course, we get the interaction of Stark. You know who I am? You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
Cursed
and
with
it's
knowledge,
like,
yeah.
fuck. It's
Yeah,
like,
that was
which
pretty
now
great.
means we know that Skull, Tony, and Thanos have all had the pleasure of this really shitty ass PTSD of being able to know everything that's happening. Thus why Tony at the beginning of the movie says, Thanos has been in my head for 6 years. I wanted to stop. And it's like, everyone being like, whoa, what? Because in the movie, he always plays it off as it's PTSD. It's this. The black hole made me do this. Black hole made me do that.
Well, now he has a name for who
What it
sent
was,
the.
Yeah, well,
sent
it's
it.
for who's been talking to him and
Right.
everything too. Like of who, like, because he heard the voice when the black hole was going down and everything, and so it's one of those things of like now he just knows who that was, like who was commanding the army, who was doing this, whose army it
Well,
was.
he just knows now what was.
Yeah,
behind
he
the-
now has a
Yeah.
name. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like wasn't disagreeing, Richard.
Yeah,
Looking
but-
at me like
no,
I'm
he-
disagreeing.
He wasn't hearing a voice though.
No, he didn't hear a voice.
It was just him. It was just like a nagging thing
Yeah.
where he's like,
Thanos
"Who is
never
that?"
Thanos never
Yeah.
communicated with him.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's just like a thing in the back of his head that he was always like, "Who was that?
Who
that
sent
was?
that? Who caused
Yeah.
that? Why did that occur?
Yeah.
Because Loki was obviously being
Because
used.
Yeah.
Tony,
After-
being Tony, he wants
yeah.
to find out
What it is.
causes
Yeah.
to what happened. Yeah,
And then,
What drove me to create Ultron? You know, shit like
yeah,
that.
but then we get
Destroy my
to,
suits and then not
Yeah.
destroy my suits.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
after
And he rebuilt
after
them.
Peter
Yeah.
Quill can't be a team player. Let's put it that way.
Dude, his girlfriend died.
Yeah.
Bro, it's Game 7 in the World Series. You let her die, man. Okay? You win that ring, boy. Okay?
Win that ring.
You win that ring.
Fuck.
Jordan's got 6
Yeah,
of them.
but
He knows.
For-
Bill
for
Russell's
things
got
that-
11. Come
for-
on. You do it for the everlasting memory.
No, that's,
Peter
that's
and
the whole
Tony
thing.
have it off. And then as
Strange-
Peter just boom, Quill freaks out, just
that's the thing.
gets
Cody,
in the fight.
that's the outcome that Strange saw is that Peter Quill's a hothead.
Well, in everything that we have to see is the outcome that Strange saw.
Yeah.
So of course it had to
He
happen.
knew he's a hothead. and
Because
he's
if
gonna
Peter
fucking
and
beat
Tony
the shit
would have
out
got
of
the
him.
gauntlet, we don't know what would have happened. So it's one of those things of
They would blow themselves up.
Thanos eventually would have won.
Yeah. They would have blown themselves up.
This
That would have been
is
interesting.
This is the only way.
Yeah.
Explicitly, yeah.
and so then of course
I just like that it shows that Peter actually it's
Almost gets
Parker.
off, yeah.
Spider-Man. No, he does. It
Yeah.
is removed. From
yeah, he's
Thanos'
got it
hand.
off. Like Peter has
It
the
is
gauntlet in
done,
his hand,
yeah.
and then
It is
he
done.
grabs it back, hits Peter,
Yeah.
and puts it back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he
But-
grabs it by the cuff to
Oh,
like
yeah,
pull it
yeah.
out.
But then that gives me one of my
Spider-Man
favorite Spider-Man style moments in the whole fucking movie of just I've got you, oh shit,
Yeah.
and he grabs him and he's like trying
I'm
to
sorry,
pull
I
Drax.
can't remember everybody's names.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't remember their names. But it just once again proves to me that Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man
Accurate.
because he just keeps proving himself to be Peter Parker
Yeah,
more and more
exactly.
times over.
Yeah, it's
And then-
the more I watch him as Spider-Man. the more I
Also,
follow
did you
him
notice
as
how it
Spider-Man.
changed? The original, when we originally saw the scene where he goes, I need a distraction, dude turns around first, then sees it, looks at him and goes, we're all gonna die! Like that. And this time when Peter goes, yo, I need a distraction, he turns around and goes, we all gonna die! We're all gonna die! And he just freaks out
He already sees
instantly.
it, yeah.
And so the first time we ever saw that scene, like it was,
In the
hey,
trailer?
no, well they released the scene
No.
by itself,
Oh,
and it was
okay.
it was
I
different
never watched that.
because he looks at the ship, looks at Peter, notices that Peter's getting his suit out, then goes, "We're all gonna die!" And so this time he just starts to immediately freak out, and so it's like he didn't even hesitate. He was like, "Distraction! We're all gonna die!"
Well, no, that's because behind Peter's head is the fucking
It's the
ship.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, so it goes hand in hand.
And so, but him
It's a more
doing that
natural
and then
reaction.
jumping out, like
PG.
him just being Spider-Man so much in this movie
Yeah.
of just when he's climbing and him, hey, let go. I don't know, man. You told me to follow the ship, man. I'm following the ship. And like everything, it's so Peter Parker, and I love it.
Yeah.
But then we get to that. We get back. Thanos leaves after he's given the stone, of course, by Strange. He leaves, goes straight to Earth, and then of course Vision sees it coming. Steve starts to ready everybody.
Feels it coming.
And then immediately tells
like
Wanda
Voldemort.
to kill him.
Yeah.
Wanda gets ready to start killing him. Thanos just starts obliterating everybody.
It really is.
One of the other parts of the trailer that was changed on us was him catching the gauntlet.
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
catching the gauntlet and like
Well,
trying to
that
pull
was
his
the
hands
same. They
apart.
Just cut before he gets
Well-
punched in the face.
Well, it was the same, but all
Oh,
of the
yeah,
stones are there. In the trailer, it cuts it out to where it's just the Space Stone and the Power Stone, to
Yeah.
where you're like, oh, maybe Steve has something up his sleeve. It's like, nope, we forgot that he's a fucking super soldier, so he's gonna take as much power as he can
Hey,
until
if he can
Thanos
stop a
gives
helicopter from
hits him with that right hook, and then puts him down.
You're right. I love
Does he
Steve
hit him
Rogers.
and then snaps? Or?
No, so, okay, well, he grabs him,
'Cause it was
hits him with
quick.
the right hook, and then he goes over to kill Wanda, but
Yeah.
Wanda kills Vision.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah,
laughs
yeah.
at him and goes, haha, you've lost. You can't win now. And him go, oh, really, child? And then he reverses
Yeah.
time with the time stone. Everything comes back. He looks at
There's a lot of
Vision,
stuff that happened.
grabs Vision
So
by
it's
the
like-
head,
it really was.
takes the stone, and then looks at Wanda and goes, now watch. And he puts the stone on.
The stone kind of changes sizes, and that kind of threw me off.
Does it?
Yeah, because it was a little tiny, and then when it's in the gauntlet, it's that big.
When he
chunk.
takes it out of Vision's head, though, it's bigger on the inside than it was on the outside of Vision's head. Because
Oh,
we
so
were seeing the
Carter's
point.
got you.
So, because we're
No,
seeing
'cause
the
when
point
he-
of it, and then he puts it on.
Because when he places it, it's small, and then it cuts, and then it's bigger.
I don't know.
That's because the portal for that piece on the gauntlet's like this
opens.
big
It's
as
bigger.
opposed to this big.
Yeah.
On the others.
Yeah,
So
But
I don't know.
But yeah, either way,
There's, like,
then it
one
happens,
Inconsistency,
and then of
I'll
course
let it slide.
they all get
exactly.
up to try to
They're Infinity Stones.
stop him, and as they're fighting him, he stops and goes, "Why?" And then of course the movie ends with a
What is it?
well, it's all right.
Yeah.
So my sister's complaint is like, where the fuck was Thor? Why wasn't that axe like there sooner? I'm like, he was destroying all the spaceships. It's
Yeah.
yeah,
He was
that's
doing
why he
Thor
went there.
things.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. He likes to destroy things.
yeah.
He
But
does.
him hitting and then of course what we left at Thor hitting him with
Yeah,
with
axe.
Stormbreaker,
With
Stormbreaker.
and him hitting him like that, and then
Should've gone
taking
for
him
the head.
down, and then him being like, "You've lost," and then
Yeah,
Thanos
it's-
going, "You should have went for that
yeah,
head."
you should have aimed for
And
the
then
head,
all you hear is the-
and then holds up and like snap, and it's just
Fade to
shit.
white.
Yeah,
You're
and then
like,
it fades to
"No."
white, and you're like, "Whoa!"
And
And then you
it's-
start seeing everyone disintegrate, and
Yeah,
you're like,
oh
fuck.
I wish. I'm glad they left it as it is.
It was silent too, wasn't it?
Yeah,
there was
whole
no
time.
Yeah,
music,
it was.
Whole
it was
time.
like silent,
until
yeah, that
I don't want to go. All you heard was stuff like, "Hey Sam,
Yeah, background.
Sam,"
Yeah.
or "What? What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think?" Stuff like that. Like you were hearing like off the battlefield style stuff. Like
Yeah, exactly.
they're looking for survivors.
Yeah.
They're looking
So-
for this
so
or
it's-
that.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Because
they left
remember,
it as it
he can
is.
destroy half of humanity with a
He can destroy all of humanity
Yeah.
with a finger. He only chooses to
To
destroy
destroy half.
half the universe,
Yeah.
and he only chooses to destroy half of humanity
Really?
because of the way that Tony tries to
stood
fight
up,
him,
yeah.
and he explicitly says so.
yes.
So it's but with
Which, spoiler
with the
alert.
yeah.
I mean, we're at this point.
Yeah, at this point,
With-
like I just
with-
keep saying it for the
yeah,
fun of it. At
exactly.
this point,
With this, that's why I say it all the time. With the snap and fading to white, they should have gone to credits.
no, I
then-
think
and
that
then- no, and
if 4
then
would have
let
opened
everybody-
with them disintegrating, it would have meant
Oh,
more.
mid- Credit?
No. You let everybody disintegrating be the mid credit,
Yeah.
and just have a very extended mid credit scene.
Yeah. That would have been.
And then
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's and then like Thanos like on
The final after
planets,
credit
like,
being
do
him
that-
being like,
not the final after credit. It's the final after credit is what it should
what
be.
it was.
yeah,
But have a proper second mid credits like Guardians 2.
because that would have been dope as shit. Of just him
Exactly.
smiling, because then it's a
Yeah.
callback to the first major final credit that we got.
Right.
Of just
Exactly.
and then boom, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh fuck.
And then the final credit scene, which there's only one of, stay till the end, guys. For those that haven't
Yeah, there
watched it,
is
you
only the
fucking
one after credit,
like,
and when you think
ridiculous
the first
people.
one's gonna happen, it doesn't,
No,
and
it
it
doesn't.
just
Yeah.
stays
Yeah.
somber, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, like it is the Empire Strikes Back,
Yeah.
like it's that's what this movie is.
Yeah.
Like straight up. Like you're
no,
supposed to leave here knowing your heroes were defeated.
Yeah. From that snap until the very, very, very end, they'll leave a message. I don't know who's on shift. But yeah, from that snap to the end of the end credits and the after credits scene, it was dead silence in the theater.
Yeah, for all of us to when usually when credits roll, even in a Marvel movie, usually we'll start asking each other, "Yo, what do you think the credit is? Yo, what you think of this? Yo, what you think of that?" Like for every last one of us,
how many credits?
For every last one of us, including Addison and Ian, to be quiet, to not ask anybody a question was like we all of us sitting there just like this, like. What the fuck?
Taking it in, letting the shock of everything of
We
everyone
wanna
that
list
died.
who all dies.
We can
But
absolutely can.
How about this? It'll make it easier if we go.
When I look at the
if you're
poster
looking
now,
at
I'm just like,
if you look at main Avengers, if they were in the Battle of New York, they're alive. If they're not,
Clint's still a question.
Yeah.
I think Clint's alive.
So do I, but he's not
Because I think
Still-
that's the
yeah, it's
point.
still-
he's not confirmed.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the
There's
point,
still
though,
some
is
that
it's
are
going to be.
questions, too.
yeah.
Like, Black Panther's sister, we don't know.
She's not a main Avenger.
Yeah, but
I
she's
said
still,
main Avengers.
still, that's
Well, if you're
not-
gonna do that, that doesn't include Guardians. That doesn't include like other people that survived.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
It's because other people's
Avenger.
exactly. Other people survived that are not main Avengers that are like necessary.
Well,
to, like,
War Machine is an Avenger now.
Yeah,
but
he
he's
wasn't
not a
original.
main
Avenger,
Avenger,
yeah.
right? So it's don't
That line of thinking,
don't
yeah.
narrow
Well, I
that.
also didn't get
Yeah.
to finish my statement,
okay.
so
Okay.
it's all good. But yeah, it's like they're alive. Rocket, Nebula, Rhodey.
Yep.
The main defender of Wakanda,
Yeah, King
because I can't think of her name.
Oh, Kingsguard girl.
Yeah.
Fuck, what is her name?
Find out.
God damn it.
Ubaku.
Ubaku.
Possibly Shuri,
Yeah.
which means
You don't
if
see her for like.
which means we
Yeah.
could technically see her put on the mantle. I still think she's too young technically to put it on, but her brother would be dead, which means it would fall on her. So there's that.
Okioi?
Yeah.
Yeah, Okioi. Yeah.
Okioi.
Okioye.
Yeah.
Okioi. So we see them.
I want to say
Uh,
Okioye.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, I think
I'm bad at
that's
Wakandan.
that's pretty much it,
pronunciation.
man.
Yeah,
That's who's alive.
That is it.
So
That is it. Phase,
we're
phase
basically
1 Avengers plus
Like
Rocket,
5 people.
Nebula, and, yeah.
Do they have a healer? I don't.
Do they have a healer? Yeah, Strange is gone, man. Strange is dead, bro. They got no healer, man. But it's one of these things at this point that, and then someone made the joke that, because last night we were split into 2 theaters. We had a big group of people. We were split into 2 theaters. Someone from the other theater made the joke, "Oh, we don't know that Captain Marvel didn't disintegrate." Yes, we do, because the star and the ring are not going to allow her to disintegrate.
Yeah.
She has the power of the cosmos on her side. Guess what? That would protect her from being destroyed.
She is the most
Green
powerful character in
Lantern
the
Corps.
She has Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
she,
like
she is the most powerful
it's my
character
favorite
in
thing.
the MCU
I
right
know
now.
someone was just trying to make a joke, but the comic nerd in me went, "Oh, guess what? She's
Yeah.
the power of the cosmos, motherfucker. She's not
Yeah.
dead." But it's like we get to the after credits scene, and it's exactly what it needed to be.
Yes, it is.
It's Hill and Fury driving.
I did not expect
They're-
Fury to go.
Right.
They're talking both about
that was a pleasant surprise in that it was unexpected
Yeah.
And they're just
But
basically
him just going,
it-
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's- Well, it's
No,
but
just-
him
there's a
going,
him
no,
"Mother."
motherfucker, and then
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
disappearing.
just like stopping before fucker. Yeah, that was great.
But yeah, it being them just talking about everything that's happening,
Mhm.
and then when the
Helicopter crash.
well, it's not the helicopter first; it's the
No, it's-
car,
it's the car.
and then Hill. Are they okay? There's
no one
nobody
there.
here,
Yeah.
and then he turns around. They see the helicopter crash. He turns back around. Maria Hill's disappearing, and then he's like, "What the hell?" So
He's like
immediately
code red or
he
something?
knows. Yeah, he goes,
Yeah.
"We're in a code red," and he knows immediately what's going on. Something is wrong. He needs to call Captain, and so he goes to send her that message, and immediately starts to disintegrate. It sends to her to now. There's an SOS out to her. She knows she has to come back. So That's where we're left.
Yeah,
And-
Is an old Brie
Addison-
Larson, an old ass Brie Larson?
No.
No, because
Well,
she's
she
timeless. Once she
Yeah,
becomes
she has
Marvel-
the star, which means
Once
she's
she-
as old as she always will be.
She's as
Okay.
old as Tom. I mean, time.
Yes, old
Actually,
as
is she as old?
Is she as old as you?
No,
Let's see.
she's
Are
not.
you one Brie Larson year old?
Find out.
Is Brie Larson?
We're putting
the
this on
Blade
pause.
Runner
Are you one Brie Larson old? Because I swear to fucking God, dude.
old?
That's
No,
how
she
you spell it.
she is.
BREI.
She's older than you, right?
No, she's got to be
Type of
younger than
Larson.
me.
There's no way she's younger.
Yeah, a little bit. Or BRIE.
Okay. Oh, so
89. She's a year younger than
Hey,
me.
she's my age.
Oh,
89.
damn.
Way older than
Well,
me.
yeah.
Hey guys,
Shit.
I'm older than Brie Larson.
Hey.
She has a better career than me.
Whoa, yeah. It's okay. Shit happens, bro.
Built an aggressive. All right, we're not reading her.
All the ex-girlfriends and ex-boyfriends have better careers than we do, so it's all good. That's a Scott Pilgrim joke.
Let's start wrapping this up.
All right.
Yeah, so we get to that. Here's the next thing. What are your thoughts on Ant-Man and Wasp, Captain Marvel, and Avengers 4? What do you... Short round, what do you think? So like I said earlier, with Ant-Man and the Wasp, the way I want it to end is they get to their final fight. They're in the middle of their final fight. People start disappearing. And then they contact Hank to be like, hey, we won. They just disappeared. Hank's not answering because then we cut to Hank disappearing. And
it's
that would be a good way for Ant-Man and
it is
them
it's,
to get there.
it's- I don't know if it will be the final fight or the celebration after the final fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man Wasp.
Either way,
So
and then
that-
Either
of
way
course
would work.
y'all added
It
with
has to
that's
end
how
that way, though.
Clint could get brought in.
Right, yeah,
Is
Clint
Clint
can
comes
come
back
back
because
in the
his
after
family is
credits for that.
disintegrated,
Yes, exactly.
and so it's one of those things that you're like,
But
okay,
Captain Marvel, I expect it to end sort of like the Captain America First Avenger, where we do like a flash forward.
Forward.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then
we'll
her
see
getting the
everything
call.
happen.
Oh,
with her.
definitely, yeah. No, it will end with her getting the call,
yeah.
like in a flash forward period. It's what she's doing. And I mentioned she'd be fighting Adam Warlock.
Yeah, which I thought would be dope because everyone was like, well, we don't know, but it has been 4 years since the Warlock Pod was created. So that would be a good way to introduce Warlock and her fighting him, and that could be a good way to give us Warlock in Avengers 4
Exactly.
to help stop the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
So that would be dope.
I
But
bet they kill Warlock.
Oh, absolutely.
disappears.
And they
Yeah.
kill him like they kill every villain in every movie.
Absolutely, they'll kill
well,
Warlock.
from what I understand, he's not supposed to be the main villain of Guardians 3.
No.
He's supposed to, like, she thinks that he's going to kill them, and then he's like, no, I agree with these guys. Like, I want to be with these guys. And then he just joins the Guardians. It's how they're going to use him. They're basically just going to use him like he's a Guardian of the Galaxy.
But
Because, you know, they've already
Avengers 4,
wasted
it's
getting him
gonna
to
be
use for the Gauntlet. But
it's gonna
but
be a long
then
year, guys.
Avengers
Yes,
4,
it
yeah,
is.
we have a year to get there. What do we think happens? Like, we know that they go back to the Battle of New York. Other than that, what do we see?
I'm not gonna do any. Like,
How far else do they? What else do
And-
they
and-
use the time stone with? Or is it just Thanos using the time stone to do this? Or
just
is
to mess
it
with them? Yeah.
is it
Yeah.
Ant-Man using the multiverse style stuff to get there? And
Yeah, because coming down to the quantum level.
yeah, like
then
him
you
going to the
have-
quantum level and
yeah.
it's sending him back in time
Yeah,
to
because
do
the whole
something.
concept of quantum mechanics is that it's at a particular molecule can exist doing two separate things at the exact same
Yeah.
time, and until it actually performs that act, that there are two equally consistent outcomes at the same time, which is where Schrodinger's cat comes from. It's until you open the box to see if the cat is alive or dead, the cat is both alive and dead at the same time, because you do not know based on the fact that the radiation in there is based on a quantum particle, because a quantum particle can be both until it's observed.
dope.
So, a little science fact for you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anybody have any
I'm
other?
wasted.
Science with Tom.
Yeah, I'm wasting.
Anybody
no
have
time.
any Avengers theories?
If a tree falls in the forest, does anybody hear it?
Schrodinger's
Well, it depends
cat.
on what gender it is.
That's fair.
But, and then I leave you all with this. The future of the MCU after Avengers 4, who do we think the next big bad is that we build to? Is it Doom? Is it Galactus?
Phase 4 is still the question.
Is it
But to-
Magneto?
To get Galactus, you have to introduce Fantastic Four. Magneto, you could potentially introduce as whatever. We all said earlier Phase 5 will be Doom. We
Yeah.
all believe Phase 5 will be Doom, and
Honestly,
you could
if-
literally just do
if they
the scroll again for Phase 4 and have them come back and Carol know how to defeat them.
It depends on how Captain Marvel goes.
And just do a quick secret
it really
invasion.
Depends on what they want to go. They could
Phase
really,
6, Dark Avengers.
I was gonna say
Dark Avengers? When do they? My thing right now is in Spider-Man, we have Scorpion coming. His best friend is technically, eventually, probably going to become Hobgoblin.
Possibly.
His arch nemesis at school is most likely going to become Anti-Venom. Or not Anti-Venom, but Agent Venom. And so, it's one of those things, like, we have these characters.
Well, no, because that counteracts your argument of the new Venom movie being in the MCU or hinting at the MCU.
Right,
Well,
remember,
no,
and
it wouldn't
rumors had
counteract
that,
it, 'cause
rumors
he's
had that
Flash.
Tom Holland's supposed to show.
Yeah, that's what I said. But
Still
my thing, though, with that is Flash is technically the second Venom, so it would give Eddie enough time to do this, Flash enough time to grow up to still be an asshole.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally think
No, because Flash is redeemed because he's a war vet and gets his leg blown off.
True, yes.
I personally think Marvel is just going to go a direction that we don't expect at all, and they're going to do something different with it.
That's true. They could.
Because they don't even have to do phases anymore.
No,
let's
they
be
don't.
honest. They can just do whatever.
Yeah, it's now culminated in this.
They've
They
done
can
10
just
years
have-
of it,
yeah.
and then they can just do what they want.
They can just do a trilogy of a villain instead of
Yeah.
a hero,
That's true.
and so then have like different teams interact with this villain
Yep.
and do it like that.
Sure.
Because with this one, the Russos have proven that you can focus on the villain and make him the main character of the story, and
still have the heroes be
have a
focused, too.
cohesive narrative. And it's because you have established the heroes like in all these other films, so you know their interactions, you
Yep.
know their
And
their
with-
expectations.
And
of
my
the-
thing
in the
too
world.
is if they don't kill Thanos, we could always have Annihilation, to where now that we know we have Fox, we've got Gladiator, they've got everybody. They could just put it together. They introduce us to Gladiator, they introduce us to everybody, and then go, guess what? Star-Lord, Thanos, Gladiator, everybody is gonna have to team up, and they're gonna have to kill this guy. Like,
Or
this
some
is
kind
what's
of
gonna have to
Suicide
happen.
Squad?
And
Are
so,
we some kind of Suicide Squad?
which, with that as well, get Ross as Red Hulk, have Bucky lead them, have Zemo because he's alive. Everybody make them the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it's a proper Thunderbolts team up would be interesting. I don't know if they're gonna do it.
Yeah, no.
I'm just wondering how much longer this whole comic book movie thing's gonna keep going.
Hey, that's
Forever.
a great.
My thing is, as long as Disney keeps it up like this, it'll never end.
Yeah, it's going to keep going.
I don't know. There will be soon in the near future a drop off.
No, it's going to hit. It's
I
going to
don't
hit.
know if there
peak-
will.
We will hit peak comic book.
Black Panther 2 will
it's
not make
going to
any.
happen.
Black Panther 2 will never make as much as the first one did.
Well, no, but it will make close.
No, I don't even think. I think it'll go the wayside.
Because the time that by the time that Black Panther 2 gotta get my
5 years from now.
yeah,
Or,
exactly.
no, like
By the time that Black Panther 2
No, I
is
think they'll
actually
push it out
gonna
pretty
come out.
quick. The same thing
3
with
years,
Homecoming.
maybe like on the same level as Guardians of the
Right,
Galaxy.
exactly.
Yeah.
We will eventually hit peak comic book movie, but it will be after Avengers 4.
Well, yeah, we're not going to see a drop off until after the Avengers 4.
That's true.
Like, Ant-Man and the Wasp will do probably a little
Ant-Man
bit
and the
more than
Wasp
Ant-Man and the
will-
Wasp.
I
Ant-Man
think
did,
maybe a
Yeah.
little more.
but it's not going to be perfect. No one really
when's
cares.
Aquaman do?
Aquaman? December.
November. Yeah.
December.
This year?
December.
Yeah.
So there.
Because for the rest of this year,
right.
we have Deadpool 2 is next, then Ant-Man and the
Ant-Man and
Wasp, then we have Venom, then we have Dark Phoenix, then we have...
Dark
No,
Phoenix got pushed.
It got canned.
It did. No,
It got pushed.
Not canned, it got pushed.
It's gonna get
Like,
canned.
it got pushed a year and a half.
It's gonna get canned.
Did...
probably more
Now,
likely.
did New Mutants...
Got
Is New
pushed even
Mutants...
further.
It got pushed even
2 years.
further?
New Mutants is
Ooh,
yeah.
wow.
I'll get like
Because it was supposed to come out in March. It's now 2 years out.
Last
It's
I
all
saw
getting-
was
Oh,
August.
then, yeah, it's getting canned.
It's all
not
it's
coming
all
out
getting
then.
canned because, like I said, Avengers 4 is gonna happen, and it's
Marvel
gonna be
and
like
Fox, yeah.
Marvel and Fox
Yep.
consolidation is gonna completely
Yeah.
get taken.
Never mind, yeah. Okay.
Which-
So then
which is
Aquaman,
a sh-
yeah.
which is a shame because
So
I
after
really
Venom,
wanna
we have
see
Aquaman. Then after that, it's DC doesn't have a movie due out. So
Batman was the next one.
they got canned though.
Yeah,
They're not doing it.
Yeah.
So
Batgirl got canned.
Batham.
But yeah.
Batham, man. But yeah, so with that, I hope that Venom is good. Deadpool 2 looks like it's gonna be funny. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Will
Who gives a shit?
good.
Infinity War. We don't care
Yeah.
about other.
But yeah,
like,
but
properties.
all those coming. We'll see how Ant-Man and the Wasp does.
I think it'll be good.
No, it doesn't matter if it's good.
I-
The first one was good.
I fucking
It
love
didn't
the
make
first
the
one, so.
money they thought. It made more in Dark World though, and that's what mattered. They always base off, because Dark World still made its money
Yes.
back, but they base off, is it going to be better than Dark World?
My number 4 is a tie. Is a 3-way tie.
Yeah?
It's fuck.
Oh, we're doing top 5 right now?
Right. Well, I'm just saying my number 4 is because my top 3 are still established.
Not much longer.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But,
You can go home, it's fine.
Just
okay.
leave, Nick. I don't know. It just kind of fizzled out. Because I just realized that I don't know what my fucking numbering is right now.
That's
so
all right,
we're
yeah, don't worry about it
We're
right
gonna let
now.
that flop.
But yeah, so there is that for all of you. That is Infinity War in our words.
In our rambling,
It's
like,
been less than
menagerie.
24 hours, so hopefully it's still decent. It was still decently fresh. We'll see it again. We'll probably won't be the
watch it.
only time we're not going to talk about it. But go watch it multiple times. Give Disney your money so they do keep doing this.
I don't think there's any danger. of
There's
that.
no-
Yeah, no, there's no danger.
Their pre-sales
But
are like
we
fucking-
will
Yeah.
see you guys on the next episode of SpoilerCast or the committee.
Where can they find us,
But
Cody?
they can find us on Facebook.com/PackOfGeeks, where you can keep up with all the newest nerdy and geeky news that you need. Every video that we're putting out, whether it be the SpoilerCast, the committee, Press Select, or anything that we upload on that day, please check it all out. Make sure you're hitting the notification button on YouTube. That way you're getting our notifications when our videos go live. Also on Facebook, please make sure you have us as marked See First. That way you see everything we post immediately when you log on to Facebook. After that, guys, thank you so much. You can find us on Twitter as well at Pack of Geeks, Instagram at Pack of Geeks. SoundCloud will be back up here in just about a week or so with Pack-O Geeks. And you'll also be able to find us again in about a week on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you're checking in with us, guys. Thank you so much. Go watch Infinity War and try not to cry.